Ice-T says new podcast only goal is to catch artists slipping so they can twist their words. What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Okay, Ice-T is right. He issued a warning to artists about making appearances on podcasts. He said, quote, recently a rap star and actor Ice-T made it clear that he isn't a fan of the new wave of podcasts, noting podcasts these days look to catch artists slipping by trying to twist their words. Ice-T said, artist public service announcement. Doing interviews can be risky if you don't know what you're doing. He then laid out what he believes podcasts do to trick you into viral moments. They will talk to you for hours hoping you say one thing they can twist and hype up for clicks. Ice-T concluded, noting he disapproves of the changing ways of podcasts, saying, unfortunately, most podcasts have now devolved into BS. Just saying. He's right. Podcasts these days have become fodder for trash, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I can't get through most podcast interview because if they're not kissing a person's ass, right, to a degree unseen, they are trying to get you to say some viral moment or talk about some nonsense that is not in your wheelhouse to discuss. And they do it all the time. A lot of podcasts and YouTubers will get on there and make a clickbait title. I've seen some crazy clickbait titles that you click it and it was nothing like that, or it was one little thing said and they spun it out of control. And I get it that you got to make a title that's interesting. But if you are the person on the end of that clickbait and your career goes down the toilet because something you said and they took it out of context and made it a headline, people are not going to necessarily watch the video. They're just going to see the headline. And a lot of people will retweet and have a comment, or they'll catch the 5 seconds of what you said, take that and put that out to the public, and now the entire internet is coming at you, dissing you for something you may didn't even mean that way, and now you're stuck with this whole thing that's going to basically make you appear a certain way. Ice-T is an OG in the game, and he's been doing this for a long time. And I remember when podcasts, before Joe Budden and all that, they was just calm little, it was white people just talking mad calm and softly about whatever topic, and they would have an interview. It would be 2 mics and they're just asking questions. It might be about a book. It may be about news. It was like mad, just chill. Before Tax Stone, right? Before Tax Stone, before Joe Budden, before Rap Radar, podcast was the goofiest, nerdiest thing you could possibly sit down and watch. It was always educational. It was always informative, some PBS type stuff. And once hip hop got a hold of it, we're brash. We do what we do. This is what we do. We change things. We make things popular. We could take the goofiest thing and make it hip, right? That's what we did. But as doing such, the competition became so crazy that you're not even just supposed to make a good, clean podcast no more, right? Now you're doing goofy stuff like going to interview this guy, what's his name? James Prince and goofy stuff, right? You're just doing the nonsense. And the simple fact of the matter is the podcasters, they're letting people get up there, especially older artists, because the younger artists don't really have much stories anyway of like that's going to make everybody run and see it. Yeah, some of them, but the older artists have been lately, the past 10, 12 months, it's been Keith Murray and different people of that old school ilk getting online saying the wildest, craziest stories from back in the day and becoming clickbait. And then the person that they're talking about has to respond and just all this nonsense. And it has no real value except to make shock value. And it gives people like me something to talk about. But at the end of the day, Keith Murray didn't care, so it didn't matter. It depends on if you care. If you want clickbait, then you go on those shows and you do it for clickbait. But if you really just wanted to do a straight up interview, right, then you might be in trouble. Just like my guy who stood in the blood and did all this other stuff. He didn't really go on there for a straight up interview. He went on there to bring up his profile in hip hop by talking about a murder of someone who tried to rob him, right? And it actually wasn't even him that shot the guy. It was his girl. But end of the day, he used that for clout, and he went online, even though everybody was like, well, everybody involved that was knew the guy was like, okay, you're good. We're gonna leave it alone because the guy was out of pocket that went to your home and tried to rob you in front of your girl and your kid. But somewhere down the line, a couple days later, he got in his head that I can talk about this and it's gonna up my rap profile, and it did. But it also got him assassinated. So at the end of the day, these podcasts can be dangerous, and I think that's what Ice-T is alluding to when you say these things on these podcasts, whether it's about a crime you committed or a crime you didn't commit or just another rapper, another artist, another actor, another actress, anything in your personal life. Once you go in here and they get you comfortable, be careful what you say. That's all he's trying to say, and I agree with him. I just had this discussion the other day, on Mother's Day, with one of my relatives, that the podcaster can't make you say nothing you don't want to say. He can't make you convict yourself. So if you go on there with that in mind and you're smart about the things that you say and the things you do, end of the day, there's nothing anyone can do to force you to incriminate yourself. And that's all he's saying. Just be smart, understand where you are, and understand the podcaster's motives. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG.com. Check out every Wednesday night. We got the Clash Brothers show that we do. We do a podcast and we're talking about everything that happens in hip-hop, inside of sports, everything that happens just culturally. All right, every Wednesday night, we go on about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we go for about 2 hours or so, and we just have a good time. Make sure you tune in for that. We got quite a few more shows coming on the CLBMG Network. Just let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.